just going to do an overview of that
I could see
302 engine and what we would have done better.
It was fun.
If it was actually ours, and we had plenty of time, it would have came out. I mean, what would you have done? Pulled the starter off before
Pulled the starter off before we started anything. That would have been easy. I don't know. There wasn't much. I mean, the car was it was what it was, but I feel that it was a learning adventure, you know, and it was enjoyable. A lot of quirks.
Well, I pulled all the time, like 4 cylinders or 6 cylinders, or the whole cradle drop and all these modern things. And it was back in the 80s when I did the V8s and stuff. So it was so long ago. I'm like, I did that again.
Right.
You know.
Well, in the last
40 years.
I think the only vehicle that I've actually pulled a motor on and disassembled and put it back together was my '67 Chevy 2, and that was a little inline 6 250 Power Glide. So, I mean, the engine bay was completely open. You had a lot of room to work in. You could actually sit on the radiator and hunch over and do all your work in it. It was nifty.
And then for a while there, I would go over a friend's house that had a garage, and you like how I'm gonna avoid saying who it was. They had a lot of VW diesels.
Yeah.
And he'd pay me a couple $100. You know, it's already out. The guy's brother would already have cleaned the block.
Yeah.
So all I had to do is, resurface it, put the pistons in, put the crank in, put it back together.
All the fun stuff.
Yeah.
The easy stuff, assembly's super easy when when you really get down to it. It's breaking it down and marking everything and making sure you put everything back, like the whole the weight on the flywheel. You had to make sure that was right back where
I even remember the head torque was 75. I think it was 75 and a quarter.
Yeah.
Well, after.
You got the little fancy one, right? Beep, 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 beep.
Yeah, I want to get it clear. I really do. I mentioned on our last video that I go, this is neat and all, but I really, really like the clickers.
I keep one in the car, actually.
Really?
Yeah. It's for the tires and stuff when, just in case
if you
something happens flat, it goes back on and it's torqued to spec,
Really?
But yeah, I got one in the shed, and I got one in the car.
Let's see. I would have looked. See, I would definitely, when I would do another one of these, I'd make sure the owner of the vehicle is not there.
Right. Yeah.
Because the stuff that comes out of his mouth, and it's very distracting. And when you're distracted, you make mistakes.
It is always
I
nice.
Don't like that.
It is always nice when you have a set of hands in the shop that is that's willing to work, instead of just standing around and hovering over your shoulder,
And talking to that.
Yeah, talking your ear off.
Oh man.
He was a cool guy though.
Because if I wasn't distracted like that, I would have actually looked in the engine gasket kit that comes with it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the intake manifold gaskets that were way better than the ones that I put on. I thought about it after, and I'm like, nah. We'll just hold on to him. If he has a problem, we'll just
Pull him off and swap him out.
Yeah. If I would have went into the book more, I would have been more detailed.
Yeah.
Would have found out, you gooped the thing. But that other guy, oh my God, it looked like, what, 1 tube per side on the China wall?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, good Lord. Like, that was ridiculous how much adhesive was on there.
Yeah, you just need that.
You just need like a little bit, that's it.
And it's
nothing
sealed
too
it.
big.
The thing is, a oh, the engine's like a Chevy, you would have put the gasket there.
Right.
You know, and that's what threw me off. I'm like, so that's when I researched it. And when you saw me do the intake, that was after me doing research to find out, oh, everybody does that. And it worked. It doesn't leak.
Yeah.
Worked just fine. He went out and he ordered a new radiator and electric fan for it.
Really?
Yeah, it had a overheating problem.
This thing did?
Yeah, you saw the radiator.
Oh yeah, it was pretty mauled up.
Pretty
Stinky.
clogged.
Yeah.
I'm like, it has to have really bad flow.
Yeah.
Well, he said he did clean it.
Well, I had him do that. He used baking soda for.
You know, that's
That
what I love
I
about
think
those.
that and vinegar is
Well,
what
this
he
is
said
him
he used.
doing his own
Yeah.
stuff.
Have you ever?
Like, I just stand back and smoke my cigarette and go.
That's what I like. That I mean, you could repair those old radiators like easy, man, because all you have to do is just heat up the sides, pop the caps off, run a brush down all the tubes, rebend any, and then solder if there's any holes. You know,
Yeah.
pressure test it. There's places around that.
Well, we
I'm not
used
sure
to
that-
have a place out here,
Yeah.
Trump Radiator. Those guys were awesome.
Oh really?
Even if you had a gas tank, older gas tank, they would clean it out and then they'd glass the inside so it wouldn't rust again.
Really?
That
That's
place
cool.
was awesome. I hate that place is gone.
Yeah.
And it's been gone, sheesh, 20 years or something. Yeah, it's been a long, long time.
Really?
Yeah, but during the 90s, yeah, we had them. We had a few shops that were really good. That's like we don't have a transmission shop out here anymore.
Right.
Matter of fact, one of the best transmission guys was a friend of mine, and he passed away recently, which sucked. Because even one of our videos is taken in his garage, folks. It's the one with that white car.
Can't remember.
Yeah, it was putting foot bearings in. Yeah. He did not want to be on video, but
He's there.
we got him a little there, a little bit so you can see. That guy was really good. Huge shop, had 2 lifts.
Really?
Oddly enough, when I first moved here, there was an Air Force pilot and his wife, and he was ex-Air Force. And then they moved out. And then the people that moved in next door, I never got to really meet. My brother did. And they built a garage with 2 lifts. I'm like, how convenient. He has some cool cars. He's got 2 of the 69 Camaros.
Yeah.
I think he might have sold one already. He had a dragster. He just sold that. It's a 63 split window Corvette,
Is it?
fiberglass body. You know, the whole dragster. He sold that.
Yeah.
But him and his son, they're putting together a rat rod for him. When he gets old enough, he gets to.
Very nice.
He has a few other things in there. Nice. I think that's a Harley he has in there. That thing's sweet. He said 11 grand. I'm like, if I had 11. It is sweet because it has that green color I like.
Oh, around, yeah.
Yeah, in it with flames.
That's a build
Deuce
that I've
coupe
always.
that's in there that he wants to sell for a friend.
Yeah. That's a build that I've always wanted to do. Rat rod.
Oh,
Yeah. That. I mean, you know, maybe bucket list deal. Do you have the Chevy up there? Dude, I saw a cool thing you could do with that. Drag race it.
I'd rather have it as a hoopty.
Yeah. Can it just stand on its?
I just missed out on a $200 Corvair engine.
Really?
It happened so quick. My friend John showed up at work, told me about it. It was on Craigslist. I looked it up, and then me and Chuck tried to re-look it up last night because we might not have done this. We might have been in Vegas picking that sucker up. Gone.
Really?
Yeah, they said it ran is 4-barrel.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think it's like a 110 engine,
Mhm.
horsepower. It's funny because John thought it was 140. If I remember, 140 was,
Turbo.
yeah, I think that was turbo.
Hmm.
But you know out there, put it down below.
Or if you know any, let him know.
Yeah. That'd be the easiest to install for that, because I'd pull the transmission out, clean it up, redo it. Looks like it needs a bell housing too.
Right.
But the transmission's there, the axle is there. Kind of rolls.
Yeah.
So
Very
I
nice.
also want to put the new door I got on there. Try to see them off.
Are you gonna modernize it any? Yeah, disc brakes and stuff like that, power steering?
Yeah, I think Clark's Corvair has stuff like that.
Really?
If not, California Corvair has stuff like that, because they mostly do the truck stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Wonder if Chevy Land's still around. That's
they're
another
still
old place.
selling their engine, finished engine for $5,000 if I remember right. I think that's what I saw last night.
Mm-hmm.
Which would be bad. That's done.
Yeah, right? Ready to
About
rock and roll.
$5,000. I would have rather paid the $200.
Right?
Because even if it didn't run, I could, tear it apart, put new piston barrels, heads, some.
You'd still be well,
bearings
you'd
and-
still be well
yeah.
into the 5,000 mark.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
because I can get all of that at Clark's Corvair.
Yeah.
I mean anything. It sucks because I used to love doing bugs. I had 13 of them,
Yeah,
and you could get awesome parts.
yeah.
Well, these days you got J-Bug. Most of the parts I got from helping a friend and another person, they just are trash.
Yeah,
I guess most of it's made in China.
yeah.
The fuel filter that came and it's in a bag, and we could see that it was already broke,
Really? Wow.
brand new, not even out of the bag.
That's a shame.
You ever do them bugs?
Uh-uh.
Oh, it's like a model.
Yeah.
You just
I liked,
stuff.
I mean, after I got out of college, man, I started playing around with motorcycles and stuff. I really enjoyed tearing them apart and putting them back together and riding them around and stuff. And
Yeah, we were going to do your Kawasaki.
yeah, it's over at my folks' property right now. We can tow it over whenever. I've also got a Honda dirt bike that I need to put back together too. If you want to learn on a dirt bike, that'd be a lot easier, probably cheaper.
Well, I had
Either or, whatever. I mean, whatever's clever.
Well,
The
when
Honda, the Cowie runs. Really, I was gonna put it. I was gonna put it down because I wanted to make a little bobber chopper deal out of it.
Oh yeah, that'd be
And
cool.
I had some issues go on at the time, and some things happened. We won't get into all that, but some things happened, and I thought that the bike was lost, forever. And then lo and behold, I come back to family a couple of years later. My uncle's like, "Hey, you want that motorcycle?" I'm like, what? And I totally didn't even notice it too, because it was sitting in the back of his airplane hangar. All places. He goes, "I need you to help me move this." "Oh yeah, you want that?" Whoa, I hadn't seen that in years. It's a pretty bike. They're very. They
Is
were
it the
made.
4-cylinder or?
No, it's the V twin. It's
Oh.
the V twin. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
it's a 750. Shaft driven.
See, I had the Suzuki VZ800.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I almost got a Suzuki Intruder.
I missed that bike. That bike was so cool. And then I found you changed the gears, and then you
Yeah.
boogie. But I never got around to that part.
Yeah,
But man, I missed that bike.
yeah, yeah. My first bike was a Honda Shadow 900, and that. Oh no! I take that back. That was the second bike. My first bike was a KZ 1000, a cop bike, and I tore that thing down and turned it into a little cafe racer. Changed the sprockets on it. It was chain
Oh,
driven.
yeah.
I could change the sprockets on it, and that thing was a flipping rocket, man.
Yeah.
You
I
get
wouldn't
it.
mind getting me like a Fat Boy.
Yeah.
Or those, what do they call it?
I don't know all that.
The fancy one, the fancy Harley.
You want the fully dressed?
No, the thing is, under all that is a beautiful frame. I've seen one done, and I'm like, what? They're hiding it under that. Was it Road King? Something like that?
Road King.
Yeah, that's the one. And I'm like, oh yeah, under that thing, it's this beautiful frame. Yeah, I'd toss all that shit off just to get to the. And then, you know, almost bobber it practically.
I've actually wanted to do like a rigid frame, you know. But they're hard on
No.
your back.
That's why I always saw that like on American Chopper, and they did that. I'm like, ouch.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely for show. And then, well,
Oh, yeah.
it's neat because like we have a YouTube. Paul Senior has a YouTube, and it's neat. They show all this old bike. They got them, you know, back and yeah, because you can't really ride those things. They're just
Oh yeah, no, they're backbusters for sure.
Yeah. Bikes, beards and bikes, or bikes and beards, something
Yeah,
like that.
Yeah.
He got one of the Geico one, and they had hell trying to get it running,
Really?
and it was just.
Junk.
And it was funny. He put that down, and Paul Senior on his
Yeah.
went back at him, and he ended up going all the way to. What is that? Where is he now? He's
I have no idea.
New York, right? Yeah, he went
Yeah.
all the way. Yeah, and they met. And it was
Really?
pretty cool. Then Paul challenged him to a bike build-off.
Who won?
I don't know. I haven't seen the new ones come up yet, so.
Oh, I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, there's some pretty good channels out there.
Yeah. Now the wife, she just streams everything.
Yeah, we gotta get on that Kawasaki.
Yeah.
What I got next, the guy that runs the Bobcat and cleans my backyard part.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's seen, hopefully, you went over and watched. I know I'm doing a lot. Sorry. You have to drink every time I say that. I did his rear disc brake setup, and now I have to run, because the car's not finished. You remember in the video, or if you go watch it, I think I panned it. I have to run all the brake line for it now.
Oh, really?
And he was supposed to show up today. I don't see him showing up.
Oh, well.
But trust me, he wants it done. We're swapped. He did that, and I'll do that for him.
Oh, that's not too bad. That's a fair trade. Brake lines are fun.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I even brought my bender tools.
Yeah.
They're in the truck.
Yeah. Very nice.
But it was windy, horrible Friday, so I said I blew them out. I go, well, sorry, you know.
No, we've been cutting down trees at my work the last week. A whole bunch of salt cedars. Nasty, nasty, nasty trees.
That's what I'm working on in my yard.
Oh
backyard.
my God, they're so disgusting. We rented a lift, and we've got probably about 30 or 40 of them on the company property. So we've been hacking them down little bit by little bit. Fun stuff. That's what I've been doing all day today.
Yeah. Well, I
got
trimmed
home.
down my 3.
I got home and just like literally tore off my clothes. The wife was, thankfully, she was doing laundry. I just said, "Here, take these."
Splat. All full of sweat.
Poor thing. I feel bad for her.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do. I helped her with some chores and stuff when I got home though, so it was good. She can't be that mad at me. Love you, sweetheart.
I guess we got off track there.
Yeah.
Yeah, if that was my 302, I'd inject it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, and Edelbrock valve covers suck ass.
Mm-hmm.
Stick to what you originally were doing. That stuff's good.
Right.
Valve covers and tin are crap.
If you want to do good stuff to
Because it always leaks, you know.
that, yeah,
I even scarred it up, tried to do that.
you want to add horsepower to your car, you know, the best thing you can do is just grind out those little rough spots, those flat spots, the things where the air and the fuel mixture is going to come in and hit and cause turbulence. So, you know, do a little grinding here and there. We should probably do a video on that, porting and polishing.
Yeah,
That's what I'm talking
that's
about.
some old school shit.
Yeah.
Right there. We used to
Stick
do that
with that
back
shit,
in
man.
the college days. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's old. Oh, it's funny. We take off the carburetor. We don't even touch it. We put it over there, and mysteriously, God knows how, there's a plug on the back of the carburetor that goes to the ported or the manifold vacuum.
Right.
No, we started ran it, and it's like, man, I think it should run better and all that, and it kept, you know, dying and doing all that.
Rough idle.
And that's when I was like it's a vacuum. Like you probably heard it in one of the videos when I had it run there.
Right.
You know, I'm like, I should have mentioned it then, but I'll mention it now. So I went and looked behind and went, what the? We moved it here to there. I can't remember if it was on before.
It may have been it. I mean, we didn't really pull a whole bunch of shit off of it,
Because we didn't move it. We set it there, and that was
and
it.
it never got touched. I
Yeah.
mean, it got set there, and then when we set up the table,
Yeah.
it got moved back
Yeah,
over
yeah,
there.
but that doesn't make us removing anything.
Yeah.
We didn't remove anything, so that was the weirdest thing. And I couldn't find that
The
plug anywhere.
But the mystery plug.
So I got a feeling somebody else pulled it. Probably before it was even over here, I
Right.
guess. That's probably why it was running rough coming over. Who knows?
I don't know.
But I looked for anything, so I found this. I dumped my bucket of random bits and pieces, and I'm like, I kept trying different things. I'm like,
Isn't that
okay,
hose,
that'll work.
Isn't that hose supposed to?
It's like this little plastic, hard plastic thing. I think it was a sensor. I'm like, screw it, it's not.
Isn't that hose supposed to actually go to like a breather line somewhere, like off the
No.
off the valve breather?
If you didn't have the
Because it's
intake manifold, the little vacuum, you know, where you can run all your vacuums, and then the main one for the booster,
Uh-huh.
that would be for like the booster.
Mm-hmm.
If you didn't have that, you know, for a cleaner look.
Something.
That's why it was so big. It's like that. That big of a freaking. Why is it running funny?
That's hilarious.
That caught me by surprise. But
Yeah,
I
no,
love this. This turned out nice.
Yeah, that was definitely
Helpful.
half the challenge
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah.
The other half would be a starter.
I'm not gonna live that one down. Yeah, rookie mistake, I guess, right?
That was fun. We were goofing. It was something good, but I want us to do something for us soon.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we'll have to yank that
Good
cow
job.
over here pretty soon and get that.
Yeah, that wouldn't.
I mean,
It's
literally.
me. It doesn't take much room, and then we can
Yeah, oh
get
yeah.
it jacked, and
The cool thing about that bike is it's
you could tear it down if you want. all the
water
way, and
cooled.
then
Yeah, water cooled.
Respray the frame.
Jump.
Put it all.
Get a new
How
paint
long
job
has
on
it been sitting?
Been covered. It's been sitting, like I said, in an aircraft hangar for years.
20-odd years.
No, not that long.
250.
I'd say about 7, 8 years, somewhere around there. Yeah, so definitely fluid change.
Yeah, but that's bike years.
Yeah, but
Isn't it like dog years?
that is true, actually. And I I don't know why they do that, but motorcycle companies, they'll make a motorcycle for a certain amount of years, and then, you know, they'll have parts for a certain amount of years, and then they get rid of them. So,
Yeah.
you know, so you gotta
Completely
look.
retool.
So you
Yeah.
gotta look for the special parts that you need. Or
That a
whatever.
Kawasaki.
It's
It was
an
right at
80
the end that my whole time with this damn bike, and I took 10 years messing with it.
Yeah.
I had somebody getting it to run, and they didn't finish getting it to run. Then I had somebody else
Mhm.
had enough money, put enough in it, and it kind of got to run. And I'm
Yeah.
like, what the hell? I mean, it should be simple. It was one of the small, you know, not a V-twin, but
Yeah.
a 2-cylinder, you know, and it had 2 different carbs, and it was neat. It was kind of like that piece of shit that Prince had, you know, but black.
Oh, Purple Rain.
But black.
What was that? I think
I got it because it was free, and I thought, you know, if I only spent a little money, I got my bike.
Yeah.
Because my bike before that was back in the 80s.
Right.
So that one didn't work, then I sold it to a friend. And ended up several years down the road getting the Suzuki BZ800. It was nice, it was sweet, pearl in it, and
Yeah.
it ran good.
Man, I
Never let me down.
came down to a barter, not a bartering, but a battle of auction. You know, who got the